Hey everyone, my name is Tom and today I'll be showing you how to replace the screen in my Dell Latitude E7440 ultrabook. So the first thing I've done is I've turned the laptop off. The next thing you want to do is take the battery out. And I want to note what tools I'll be using today. I have a screwdriver with a Phillips bit and also with some flathead bits and other bits and a guitar pick. So the first thing we're going to do is take this plastic bezel out from around the screen. So to do that, you're going to take the guitar pick or any sort of plastic prying tool and get in here with it. This is the most difficult part. There we go. And then you want to just work your way around the edge, prying up so you can pull the bezel out. It is plastic, so be careful. Okay. So for the next step, we're going to take apart, we're going to unscrew screws here, 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 and here. These are the 4 screws that are holding it in. We'll use this Phillips screwdriver. So to do this, I'm going to take this so that I don't damage the current screen. Put it on top of the keyboard and start to undo the screws. Oops. Alright, there we go. And like with all electronics repair, you're going to want to take note of where you got the screws from so that you know how to put them back in. In this case, they are different. At least the color appears to be different. Okay, I'm going to rotate the screen so that I can very gently drop the old screen out. Right, so now you can see the connector. This is called EDP, which I believe is either Enhanced DisplayPort or Extendable DisplayPort, which means you can use a variety of different types of screens. So we're going to take the tape off right here. And now there's one little piece of adhesive on top of the connector. Hold on to this because you can use it again later. And very difficult to see, but I'm trying to make sure I point this out to you guys. There is this metal piece here around the connector. You want to make sure that you lift this up so you can take the connector out. You don't want to force it out, otherwise you'll damage the cable, and you really don't want to do that. So to do this, I'm just going to use the other end of my screwdriver, this very small flathead. Let's see if I can get in there, lift it up. There we go. Pretty easy. And then we'll take the connector out. Alright. So put the old screen over here. And keep the film on the screen. This way you don't have to worry about damaging it while you're working it. So place this down like this. You want to check and make sure that these metal pieces are nice and straight, and they already are. but sometimes they won't be, so you want to make sure that they are straight so they will go onto these holes properly. So we're going to reattach the connector. And you will hear a click when it does go in. Just take me a couple tries to line this up the right way, but we'll get it. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can hear it in the video, but there was a little click there. So I put this metal bracket back here, keeping it in place. I'm going to take this piece of adhesive from before, put it on top of the connector, put this tape back on, and now we're going to rotate the screen back up. We're going to attach the screws. You can lower this to a proper angle to let gravity do the work for you, so you don't have to worry about the screen falling out of place. Oh, I'm going to switch my bit back to the Phillips. Oops, plastic's away. Don't want to make them too tight, but just tight enough that it won't be falling off. Alright, and before I put the bezel back on, I'm going to put the battery back in the laptop and test it out. So fire it back up. And looks good. So we'll peel this off. I'll put it back on top of the old screen. And looks like we're up and running, and I booted up to my encryption screen. So next we're going to put the old bezel back on. And you notice there was some adhesive on the back of here. So if you want, you can peel this back. Maybe try to put the adhesive back on the bezel. There really isn't much benefit to it. Peel this adhesive back. And you may want to get a cloth and make sure that there's no hair or dirt on top of your webcam cover, but in this case we're good to go. And then you just start applying pressure to put it back in. You'll hear it starting to grip onto the panel. And make sure you go all around the screen and make sure that the bezel is fully connected. It just shut off because I didn't enter my encryption password within the time limit. Don't worry, I didn't break the laptop. Okay, we can rotate it around and see if we missed anything. Looks like we missed a little bit up here. Okay, it looks pretty good to me. Turn away so you can't see my password. So boot the machine up. I'll bring up a white screen just so you can inspect the panel and see that the screen is good. Make sure there's no dead pixels. And I'm also going to bring up a webcam test. Again, just turning away so you can't see the password as I enter it. So it looks good. Just bring up gedit. You can see it on a white screen. I don't see any dead pixels, which is good. Can't see over this area, but that's okay. I trust it. And next we can test out the webcam. Kind of scary at first, isn't it? Okay, so looks pretty good. I don't see any hair or any dust that got in the way of the camera, which is good. You'd hate to find that out. Looks like there is just a glare. Yeah, that line you see right there is just a glare from the light that I have right above the laptop. So it looks pretty good. I guess we can just check the resolution as well, just so you can see that it is correct. So 1366 by 768, and because it's the EDP port, you also could replace that with a 1920 by 1080p screen if you wanted to. But there you have it. This is how to replace the screen on a Dell Latitude E7440 ultrabook. Very nice business ultrabook. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thank you for watching.